You are watching YETicket.com with Al McGee, movie reviews and interviews. This is YETicket.com, YETicket.com, your entertainment ticket.
We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. YETicket.com. We are your entertainment ticket, that's right.
Hey, this is Al McGee with your entertainment ticket sports. I'm here with a heavyweight fighter, Bryant Jennings. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Al? Good to see you.
Man, who you fighting next?
I'm fighting Joey DeWico, April 28th in Philly at the Lear Court Center.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, on ESPN.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty excited. First fight back home in a while. But, got to keep my composure. We working. We in here putting that work in. And, it is what it is.
Yeah. And we with your trainer, John David Jackson. How you going, brother?
Not too bad. How you doing today, Al?
Well, you're training him again, and so far you seem to be his official trainer right now.
Damn.
And
you might want to cut that and redo that.
What did I say?
I'm joking. I'm fucking with you.
Oh.
Well, you might want to cut that.
Say it a different way.
It seems to be.
Oh.
God damn.
I said seems to be?
What type of person I look like?
What did I say?
I'm just saying.
No, what did I say?
He's the trainer.
Oh, he's the trainer.
He's the official head trainer.
Okay. I start right here.
A little humor for you. For your show. It can't be too boring.
I know how to do that. I'm gonna edit it.
No, don't edit it.
No, I'm gonna edit to that.
No,
point.
don't edit. Don't edit it at all. Keep this too.
I'm trained.
Keep all of this. Keep all of this. That's what make people want to watch it.
Well, hey, John, you right about that.
You know what I'm saying?
John David Jackson, you training Bryant Jennings again, and this time, this fight is a very important fight. It's on ESPN.
Well, all his fights are important, because he's on the comeback trail right now.
Comeback trail.
Trying to reestablish himself. He wants to be, he wants to be in the thick of the heavyweight division. He deserves to be there. He's coming off the Ortiz loss 2 years ago, but now he has to reestablish himself, unlike a lot of these fighters they do today, to reestablish himself in the heavyweight division.
Don't call it a comeback.
I've been here for years.
That's right.
Don't call. No, he can call it a comeback because what we got to do now is we pretty much have to,
call it a comeback.
It's a comeback because we have to regain, what we've had once before, and there are a lot of people that's that just jump from ship to ship, and there are a lot of people that are my genuine supporters that's been supporting me and that that are fans of mine since day one, but we just have to reclaim that that position and then finish off from there and keep going.
Right.
That's always the goal.
Always. Now, John, you in the gym with him this time, and you fighting a different opponent. What's your opponent name again?
Joey DeWico.
What do you know about Joey, John?
Well, listen, I've been in the gym with Brian all the time.
Yeah, right.
Check this out.
I'm gonna get him.
This fight, he needs this fight as all the fights prior, because with this fight here, it reestablishes him as a top 10 contender. Here's my thing with boxing. Not only him, but they should have all these guys. Ortiz, all these guys just lost. Reestablish yourself. Start fighting. Don't just look for another title shot. You just lost. Prove to the fans you're still hungry enough to get back in the groove and fight some meaningful fights against meaningful fighters that prove you deserve another title shot. You just can't say, "Oh, let me fight for the title again." That's what's wrong with boxing today. These guys all want title shots. At least got that butt whooped. No, go back and get back in the old days. Fight, reestablish yourself, fight credible opponents to build yourself back up and show the fans and the world that you deserve another title shot. And that's what Brian's doing now. He's 3-0 on his comeback trail, 3 knockouts. And number 4 is coming April 28th. And then from then on, let's whoever comes next, let him come.
For sure.
That's how you look at it?
Yeah, that's how I look at it. He's my spokesperson for right now in this interview. That's
He's a great spokesperson.
Yeah.
Can I get a job on here?
I know, right?
Well, as soon as the money come in, it's a little clogged up in the pipelines right now. But no, he said it. He said it. He spoke for me. Within that, I do what I have to do by making sure that like I'm 25 minutes out of my workout. Just got finished doing abs and stuff.
Oh my God, it looks great too.
And I'm still sweating. So we putting in the work. It's not only the heat and humidity of Florida. It's the hard work that I put in and day out. I have to sneak in on the other side to do extra stuff. Cause John say, look, man, you worked hard enough. Don't hurt yourself. But I'm a person that I gotta get it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it regardless. And I'm gonna listen. I sit down when I have to, and we just putting that work in. Sometimes.
Yeah, well, you put in a lot of work. Look at you. I tell you.
yeah.
And when I see you, man, you really look great. And it seemed like you put on more muscle from the last time I saw you, from your last fight.
No, I'm still vegan, still about, 225, 228. I mean, it's just what you get when you continuously work out. A lot of people say, yo, you look like you slimming up. It's like, what you expect? I ain't never stopped working. Like, it's just like I ain't go out and gain pounds and then keep working off. It's like, what do you want me to look like? This is what a person that works nonstop looks like. I don't know what other way they want me to look.
Exactly. And, John, you know that because you're a two-time champion yourself, and you had to keep building yourself up and keep working in the gym.
Yes, most definitely. Here's how I feel about it. Marvin Hagler once had a great saying that I always follow by. He used to say, you have to love boxing like a boy, but play it like a man. And once he said that, that's why I always followed my Korean boxing. I decided, you know what, let me do that. And that's how I went through life as a boxer. I loved it like a boy, but I had to play it as a man. And then once I no longer felt the love for it, I got away from it. And, you look at Bryant, he's the epitome of what a true heavyweight should be today. He stays in the gym regardless if there's a fight or not. He's in shape. Once you see him on the streets, if you pull his shirt off, you have to choke him to death. He's going to look sexy all the time. But, that's what a boxer should look like. And he definitely does that. Sure. He walks, he breathes it, he lives by what he says that he does. And that's the beautiful thing about him.
Do you still love it?
Nah, I don't think I ever did. But, the light went off. So I don't know.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. You don't worry about that. You worry about what I'm saying. I mean, the light went off,
right.
but it looks like we have enough lighting.
We're fine.
Big Time Boxing is a great facility. And we appreciate them for I just appreciate the facility being able to come here. Being able to work. You can't do an interview without shouting out the places that you're at.
I always do it.
Shout out to Philly too, Grace Ferry Boxing, allowing me to, be able to, put my craft and, work my craft and be in the gym day in and day out. So, but yeah, it is what it is. April 28th, you already know what it is. We in shape, we working, and I'm gonna take this thing. I'm gonna take it like I take any other.
And I'm gonna be watching and rooting like I always do. And then I'm gonna text John, say, hey, great victory, and you too, my brother.
All right.
Thank you for taking time with me, Al
problem,
McGee. Thank you for taking time with me. Always a pleasure.
And don't cut nothing. Everything gets raw and uncut. We don't cut nothing.
You want this raw? All right, fine.
Pause,
why not?
Pause. But we do it no takes. You know what I mean? Right. One take.
Okay, fine. Now, Brian, one last question. I noticed there's not an exposure for boxers, including yourself, on other things. Why not?
Well, I mean, I just think that, there are boxers get exposed. The negativity.
Yeah, yes, for the negative things.
Yeah, the negativity is one of the greatest exposures. Period. Based on what we see on the media, they always like to portray the negativity. There's a lot of good being done that don't get exposure. Period. So there are a lot of things that I actually do. I'm an example. Period. And where I come from, and people that's watching me throughout my journey, that's exposure. Who's ever seen me is exposure. Now that exposure needs to be magnified, but it's not because there's no negativity in it. So therefore,
the news and people like that don't want to deal with you because of that. Is that it?
It's not necessarily they don't want to deal with me. But
I'm not talking about deal with you. I'm talking about deal with that because it's not negative.
Well, yeah, it's not. I mean, we look at the we look at the media, we look at things, we look at how things are portrayed. When you turn on the news, if there's a lot of good things happening, it's not enough. We need something to stir it up. We need some negativity. We need some news from poverty. We need some news. They want to mix it up and try to not even balance it. It's not even balanced. It's a lopsided. So when you turn on the news, which I don't even watch, you look at a lot of things that are just portraying just negativity. It's like I don't know.
So as a boxer, the only time they're going to do some news on you unless you beating up your wife or something like that, something negative.
I mean, yeah, and not only as a boxer, but for a lot of other different, entertainers, I just think that the world is just pretty much, focused on a lot of different things. And far as, like exposures that we could get, like going to different rallies and doing all that, you got to do that genuinely. Like you can't just,
can't show up and say, hey, well, I'm a boxer. I'm just going to show up to get the publicity.
Yeah, you just can't show up. Back in the day, there were people that, pushed me in my back, and say, go ahead, get up, get on. Look, the camera's running. Get on TV. And that's like, Okay.
And you didn't feel right because you wasn't genuine about it.
I mean, yeah.
You didn't really feel it.
At that point, it wasn't that bad because it was literally just something to say, yo, here's your time. But in other aspects of things like that, we look at it's like, no, it's like what I'm gonna say when I get up there. It's like you have to have something genuinely like prepared. You have to really be heartfelt about it, because if somebody asks you details of the situation and what's going on, if you sound like you're not genuine about it, cut that, man. Like cut it. Like, so it's a lot of people that actually do it, and they are genuine, that they pretty much make sure they do run.
Yeah, but I don't see them. I don't see boxers on TV. I don't see them in the news about things like that.
That's because we're in the gym. Listen, as a boxer, we give majority of our energy, all 90% of your physical energy, 90% of your mental energy, 100% of your sexual activity, your spiritual energy, everything we have to give up and sacrifice for the duration of the training camp. So what else do we literally have time for? It's a crazy sport.
It sure is.
A lot of people become, mentally distracted. That's why it takes the isolation. That's why it takes, weeding out all the negativity, staying close to positive people, keeping good people around you, and, just staying positive, because if not, you're just going to fall victim to all of the negativity and
lose your fight.
Negative and negative equals more negative. And losing a fight is something that happens. So losing a fight is something that happens. It's either win, lose, or draw, or disqualification or whatever. But win, lose, or draw. So out of the fight, you got that's one third of the results is to lose. So when you're gonna lose anyway, you either gonna win or you're gonna lose anyway. But losing it affects you, between what you knew you were supposed to do. But just because somebody's not doing that don't mean they're gonna win or lose. Winning and losing is just two things that's gonna happen automatically. So you just got to keep yourself to be able to win in life. Win tomorrow, gain tomorrow. Say goodbye to yesterday and gain tomorrow. So that's all we need to do, because focusing on negativity and stuff like that, we can't do that as boxers, man. We gotta live in this gym. We gotta become crippled. We got to devote all our time into this boxing, because that's the time that it requires. It requires all of our time.
Well, thank you very much, Brian.
You're welcome.
You are watching YETicket.com with Al McGee, movie reviews and interviews. This is YETicket.com. YETicket.com, your entertainment ticket.
We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. YETicket.com. We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. YETicket.com. 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 We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. YETicket.com. YETicket.com. YETicket.com.